Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome to my latest and greatest creation. Yes. Behold the sleek curves, the bonded metal hull, and the slowly rotating single electric engine. Yes. This is not quite it. No, this is actually a building video, so if that's not your thing, there you go, you've been warned. It's going to be another builder. And I've stumbled over words. It's going to be another building thingy, just doing off my own time. So, you know, let's see. Yeah, I should probably actually start talking about what I'm trying to do here. I am building a new fortress, inspired by Razul's recent start to his own campaign video set. I've decided to build something that will replace the baskets in my Netacruise. So I'm going to build a small, relatively cheap fortress, which is going to act as a supply point, resource harvester, and with some ability to defend itself, ideally. Because, you know, that might be slightly important-ish, maybe. And I'm already messing it up. Yeah, look at me go. So yeah, that's the general plan. Compact and able to defend itself while still being quite affordable. Let's actually get my HUD back up. There we go. 7.8, nope. 8, nope. 10. Okay, so from this level down, Refinery will be at maximum efficiency. And as the fortress gets bigger, when I move it to 0, it will actually drop lower and lower into the water. So, you know, I've got all this space to play around with underneath it. That's actually ideal. Let's drop it one more down. No, let's leave it there. Right. Anyway. Yeah, I'm already being decisive, aren't I? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build a central core right now. So this is where the refinery is going to be located for its heart block. And I'm going to include fuel engine, detection, weaponry, stuff like that. So there we go. Refinery block is in the middle. Jolly good. Now let's get a decent refinery. Again, this is inspired by Razul because, as I said, I was watching his building videos and it led me to some thoughts and opinions and yada yada all of my own. Like, I didn't realise there's actually an efficiency ratio between refinery cokers and Catholic crackers. Yeah, I know. Odd, isn't it? I don't know things about From the Depths. Well, I've never been perfect, so that's new. Tricky. That's fine. Now we need a desalinizer, which I will just tack onto the end of one of these. So there we go. Now, of course, the problem is I'm overloading the refinery rather severely there. Yeah, so it needs some of the good old flare stacks. Problem is, it's going to need quite a few flare stacks actually. Because when you get it really running like this, it is quite hard to keep it up. So yeah, there we go. Alright. And since I've got one side with a desalinizer, I'm actually going to expand it slightly so it's a 3 module thing. There we go. And we have 107.8 refinery efficiency. It's only producing 1,379 fuel per minute, but it's only taking 13 material to do so, so very efficient. The problem is it's overloading again, so yeah. And how much do you need? Is that enough? Relatively? Problem is I need to spread out some additional exhausts, because if these get damaged in the middle of a fight, they are going to start to damage the refinery module, because it'll be unable to dissipate the gas. So I do need some spare stacks. So let's give it 3 on the end of each of these. So there we go. That's going to keep it very nice and very, very steady. Jolly good. And I will just reinstall that. There we go. So I think we're going to wind up with some like cross-shaped fortress. Though we've got 5,000 resources worth just in refinery. So yeah. So much for the whole. I'm going to do a cheap one. We've already got 5k in terms of this. I'm guessing it's going to be more of a durable thing now, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds like what's going on. Let's tear out these and replace them with some wooden blocks. There we go. So we've just taken out our power supply, which is always what you want to do, really, isn't it? Take out the power supply and attach it all on a single wooden pillar for extra durability. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's see, metal hull, metal hull. We need metal to lay along the underside of all of these things. Can't actually attach it to any of them. Well, that's kind of weird, but whatever. Right, that's the middle, that's the refinery. So do it like that. Then metal beams, like that, down the sides. And again, mirror. Now, I know it'd be more efficient to go with the prefab route like this, but the thing is I'm going to be kind of... Well, yeah, the problem is that I'm going to be working different things into each of these extensions on the sides. So, you know, it's actually more efficient if I don't do that and just very quickly mess around with this instead of just putting in prefabs. So there we go. That's a pretty darn decent refinery. I hate it when it does that. Oh jeez. Okay. I'm just going to ignore it. Ignore it and it will go away. Blooming phone. Wait, is my volume still set up? I don't know. Whoever it is stopped calling. Right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go. I've got refineries. Right. I need space for hull, which is why I've got these sections out here. The refinery stacks are going to be somewhat vulnerable because heat-seeking weaponry is just going to go straight at it. But resource storage, let's get in fuel storage and ammo storage for it. Now I've been told that fuel doesn't explode. Well, it goes boom, but it doesn't cause an actual explosion, which is kind of weird, in my opinion. But you know, to each their own. And we need to give this thing a really decent fuel tank. Actually, this is going to get torched off if the refinery gets blown up, isn't it? Let's get 3x3. Let's get 3x3. And tear out space here, so it's going to be mounted straight onto the turbines. Yes, this is totally safe. Yes. Safety is everything. And I'll give it enough clearance underneath the refinery so that if the refinery gets blown up, which is a worst case scenario because then it's gutted the entire blown station, it's not going to torch off the fuel reserves, at least. So like that. Then wooden blocks, 3-beam, just to pack in the gap. But if this area is getting hit, then it's kind of like the end of the world is nigh, basically. 123,000 fuel storage, slightly higher than I was planning to put it, but I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. Let's add in a little bit more, a couple more boxes, which will just to bring up to 125k. Because reasons. Yes, that sounds like a reason to me. Alright. Oh wait, I'm not building on the mirror. Of course not. I only want a regular fuel box, please. Thank you. 125,000 fuel storage. Jolly good. Now, I want to get some ammo storage, of course, because this is a kind of supply center kind of deal. So... I don't trust From the Depths to always be a case of we are never going to have ammo explosions ever. Sorry, fuel explosion back ever. I don't know why it was taken out, but I expect it to make a return sooner or later or eventually. So I am going to separate the ammunition out from the actual... Yeah. I'm going to separate the ammo far enough away that it won't blow up the fuel stores, or vice versa if fuel starts to become explosive again. Though the fuel source is a centralized tank, so it's going to cause massive damage if it detonates no matter what. Just rearrange that slightly. So we can increase the size of these two magazines we've got going on. There we go, 2 magazines, 9,600 material. That's not actually that high. Oh, also I think we've... Oh, yeah. It is going on. Right, I need to reactivate some kind of power source because the fact that this place is slowly blowing itself apart. So, add a battery. Yes, I know it's run out of power. I noticed because things are damaging themselves. There we go. Right. That'll get the turbines recharged. Absolutely perfect. Should I go with the 4 magazine route? Yeah, because I'm planning to build it like a tower. We're already 30,000 costs though. This is... yeah, I plan to do a cheap tower. Isn't this the way though with From the Depths builds? It's just like, I plan to do this and this and that, and it's like, but I want to add these features in. And then things just go everywhere, basically. Ammo storage. There we go. On the bright side though, this thing is going to be able to act as a massive resupply base for anything that I might require. On the downside, it's going to be expensive to build, so it's going to be kind of thing. Yeah, 19,200. That irritates me slightly. So 400, 600. Yeah, that'll even it out. Might as well go for round numbers. Indulge my what OCD I've actually got. 20,000 ammo. Should be plenty, really. There we go. And since it's such an issue, we should actually get some fuel refining. We should actually get the blooming engine power things. Power, yes. We should have power. Get it right, you moron. Okay, how much power do we actually need? Not much. 407 out of 440, so we're using like 30 odd power. We do need resource extraction, which is 30 each. Yeah. 6. Problem is, I'm also working. I'm now up to 7th and power supply again. Oh wait, no, I've severed one of the power supplies. Actually, I accidentally built 2. No wonder it recharged so fast. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I am actually going to use a prefab here for the primary engine. No, I should actually get. Wait, what are the prefabs? There's an Ecomax, which is kind of what I want-ish. I don't know. Requires 100 power. No. let's do my usual overwork thing and just go full ham custom. Woodblock, engine, crankshaft. Okay, this is again inspired by Razul and what he did, because I didn't know that you could actually, well, I never realised you could actually reverse the flow of inline turbo charges. So let's see, we need the carburettor. As in, you could. I'm used to. I learned to use inline turbochargers when they flowed in one direction only. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So let's do this. It's going to be slightly bulkier than Razul's design, but it's going to be more efficient. So, you know, stuff. Maybe it'll balance out in the end, but I've got more space to play with as well, ultimately, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Well, actually, my fortress is going to be smaller than his as well, so... Okay, need the opposite way round. That'll do. Yeah. So yeah, these two can act as a flow to operate. And then I need a regular turbocharger, which I will put in like that. I've got them backwards. I need that one and that one. There we go. Right. Because this is going to rely, like Razul's, on 2 inlines per carburettor. And it's also got a regular turbocharger plugged in as well, and it's producing more exhaust. So that's how it's going to be more efficient. I need some X junctions. I also need to get a mirror mode on. X junctions. Yes. Pipes. There's the cross link to let things through. Okay. Then these guys will be hooked up like that. Then straight 2-meter pipe. This also saves a lot of messing around with exhaust later, by the way, so don't worry. This is not going to last too long. And then a straight pipe there. So there we go. This is a regular inline turbine. Then the idea is we take this 4-block wide cross section, then move it 3 blocks across, because it shares these common connections. So we do that for the entire engine, and then we seal it off by capping off pipes at both ends, and then give it a single exhaust point. And ta-da, we've got our engine. Hang on. I can get a little more into this, I think, because I've got a bit of extra space. I've got this extra bit here. Can I fit something in that? Yes, I think I can. Hang on. Put another inline. It needs to go that way, right? No, wait. Would help if I was actually using the inline, wasn't it? There we go. Inline turbocharger. That is connected. Actually, if I use the other one, like that. Needs to get into there. Needs to get into that one. No, it has to be the other one. Yeah, left. Then I can take this, plug it there. So that's on the flow. Then that one can come back and be straight into that. So yeah, there we go. Slight increase in max efficiency. Same volume. And that will fit perfectly into here without causing any clashes. So the rest of it's fine. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do quite nicely. Of course, I'll have to add an additional inline on the other end of the thing, so it's going to be slightly harder to do the editing, but this is going to be fine. What's this? 540? White cube. Let's go cube. Right. I want a length of 4. Sorry, I wanted a width of 4, not a length of 4. Actually, I did want a length of 4. Never mind. Length of 4, width of 4, height of 4 Is that correct? That is correct. Alright. So there we go. We've now got our engine section profab. Prefab. It's a profab, yay! No, it's not. And let's go ahead and build this up above the refinery. I'm going to have to do a bit of conniving with blocks here to get it into the right place. There we go. It's going to need a bit of arming, of course. Fuel engine generator is going to be like that. Crankshafts. Okay. And place a prefab. Grab that new prefab, which is worth 80 points. Rotate it. Rotate it. Yes, there we go. And each of these will give me 200 power. So I've got to be aware of that. 200 power. Not too bad. Not too bad. And then I can just, as I said, slap it into here, and it'll all connect up fine. Yep, there we go. That's all connected up fine. I'm going to put a laser AMS in this, of course, since I'm doing the whole shebang. So 1, 2, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. So this will be a 4,000 horsepower engine, high efficiency. Because, you know, I'm kind of giving up on making really cheapo, super cheapo, cheapest Maximus Fortress here. That's 2,000 max power. Well, as soon as I get the crankshaft sorted out, that is. Crankshaft. And I slowly climb to the top of it. Right, yep, that's 2,000 power. Now let's get the other banks in. I'm going to need to use some adapters for this. Oh, mirror mode would help. Place the prefab again. So same deal. Just merge it up and down the place. Because all the piping is geared for this, so it's going to fit in just fine. However, there's not enough space for the piping and the carburetors, so that's why it needs to be spaced out slightly. Did I just... Yeah, I've just accidentally messed it up. Of course, of course. Yeah, I was actually accidentally going down 2 and not placing it far enough down. So it messed up the synchronization I worked so hard to put together. Goodbye, engine. Right. Okay, let's do this properly this time. Connect to the adapters, which are there. Click. Okay, and then we need to place it on this side, which is there. There we go. And of course, as I mentioned, I need to round off the pipes and things to get it all connected up properly. But all of that exhaust work is done by the prefab, so we don't need to worry about any more of that. So, let us begin. Where exactly do we need to curve it off? Let's curve off the actual exhaust output side of it right now. So there we go, that's the bottom end of these exhaust pipes contained. Let's actually merge them together into a single unified system down here as well. So for that we need a corner pipe. There we go, that's all linked up. Absolutely fine. And then of course we just need to cap it off with more corners. Don't worry, this shouldn't overheat the engine because there's so little being used, so the engine should be just fine for a while without any kind of exhaust going on. So there we go, that's now sorted. Okay. And of course, because of the prefabbing, we've got all these pre-existing connections. All of these have hooked up automatically, just like these have. So we just need to round it out and finish the hookups. So, I'm going to take it from here. I want a four-way pipe, which is that one. Yes. Straight into here. And that is now feeding this entire bank of turbos. And there's the exhaust. So I just need to go around the entire fortress and just feed it straight back into the pipes. So down here. So that is now my centralized exhaust port. Yes, indeed. I know it's lacking a clear flow of exhaust, but that's a thing for the future. There we go, just feed back into that. So that goes all the way up here. And just lead it straight into this. And that is practically all the exhaust work. All we've got to do now is have the actual final output of this thing going somewhere. Which is actually going to be on one of the flare stacks, or right above a flare stack, because that, you know, if it's going to be a heat source, might as well. I don't need any more heat sources, so I might as well just go ahead and do it like that. So straight pipe, straight pipe. That's convenient actually. And there's the final exhaust right there on those heat stacks at the back of the fortress design. Jolly good. Right, so what are we doing with this? Right now it is operating at 221 power per fuel on basically minimum output. That's pretty good. 221. It's I know it's not the most efficient one, but this thing is not built as an efficient low operation thing. Instead, let's add a miscellaneous. Let's add some shielding. A maxed out shield projector just for testing purposes, mind you. Like that. So max, 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 max. There we go. That is greatly. That has tapped out my full power, and right now we are generating 2,418 power per fuel. So yeah, the more demand this engine takes, the better it gets. Very much so. Uses a quite steady plume of exhaust as well. But yeah, there we go. That is my power source. Jolly good. I just kind of realised though that I'm actually at the end of the episode time, really. Since I'm just coming up to like half an hour. So, you know, sorry about that. I thought it would be faster than this, but, you know, it's probably going to wind up being like a couple of hours build. Something like that. Just adding in a dense layer of outer armor right now. On at least this section. So, downslope 2. We're starting to get at least some hole coming in. But I'm going to have to call it there, and I'll see you guys in the next place. So this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. Some other place, some other video stream, or whatever it is your viewing pleasure. Yes, indeed. See you all later.